going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chazz Cast as we finish our ranking of the first 39 WrestleManias as we're getting ready and excited for WrestleMania 40, which is, when this is released, just about, 6 days away? No, when does this get released? Yeah, 6 days away. We got WrestleMania 40, and I don't have any of the DVD. I do have a couple of the DVDs, but I just have the first two in this list, 31 and 32. And I stopped buying after that. Or no, wait. I got up to 33. Yeah, sorry. I got up to 33. It's over there. But whatever. I'm not going to show them. So this era of Mania, I call the Brock Lesnar and really Roman Reigns. It's Roman's reign. From 31 to 40 actually, but 31 to 39 is the Roman Reigns era, but it's also the Brock Lesnar era. Don't let it fool you. And a lot of wild stuff. This is also actually, to be fair, this is the time that I got back into wrestling a lot, and the reason being is because of the network. The WWE Network era started now. I believe the first one you could watch was 30, but definitely by 31 and on, you could watch it on the network, and it was easy for me to watch. I'd always watch Mania, but given the network, it was cheap and easy enough for me to watch every pay-per-view and keep up. I don't have cable. I just don't. I never did. I was one of those cord cutters a long time ago, so I was never able to watch Raw. SmackDown when it went to Fox, thankfully. I could watch that, but I couldn't. But I could keep up with like some reviews on YouTube, honestly, and I could keep up with the reviews on YouTube and sorry, I lost my place. I can keep up with the review on YouTube, but I would be able to watch every pay-per-view live as it aired, given, with the network. So the network, I think, was one of the best things for wrestling in my lifetime. I honestly mean that. It made things so much easier and everything like that. So, all right. So what we're going to do here is pull up our tier maker here, and I was unprepared and I don't have it up. So give me 1 second here, and give me 1 second here. So we're here to do the rankings as once stated. So let's pull up the tier list as we've always done and start ranking WrestleManias 31 through 39. Sorry, it kind of rhymed, so I just wanted to do it there. So here we go. We have our tier list set up, and we are starting, of course, with WrestleMania 31, the first Mania, I believe, that I watch on WWE Network. And we're going to go, as we've done before, we're going to go through the card, and we're going to talk about the 2 or 3 major drawers, and the 2 or 3 major draws, and then we're going to put it in a ranking given off of that. It's not the whole card, but your first match, a fatal 4-way tag match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Tyson Kidd, the champions, with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, defeats Los Matadores, The New Day, the Usos, and they retain their championship on the pre-show. Number 2, Big Show wins the 30-man Andre the Giant elimination battle royal by eliminating Damian Mizdow. Now the show starts. It's a 6-match card. Really? 7-match card, sorry. 7-match card. Interesting. The first one is Daniel Bryan, the man that everybody was simping over last year, is opening the show to defeat in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan defeats Bad News Barrett, who was a champ, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, rest in peace, R-Truth, and Stardust. Cody Rhodes, who, interesting enough, is headlining his second WrestleMania in a row this year. The next match, Randy Orton defeats Seth Rollins by pinfall. What a great match, and quite honestly, the greatest RKO of all time in that match, where Seth goes for the stomp and Randy Orton turns it into the RKO, which was amazing. Triple H defeats Sting by pinfall, and what a match it was. It was a lot of gaga as as Pat Patterson would like to say, and the NWO and DX comes out. I mean, it should have been The Undertaker. We all know it should have been The Undertaker, but it wasn't. And then the AJ Lee and Paige defeats the Bella Twins by submission and tag match. Whatever. The Open Challenge for the United States Championship, John Cena defeats Rusev with Lana. And this was Rusev's first pay-per-view, or not pay-per-view, first WrestleMania. He comes out in a tank or something like that. He had that big-ass entrance. It was awesome for Rusev, and then they kind of just kept him mid-tier. The 8th match on the card is The Undertaker gets back on track and defeats Bray Wyatt by pinfall. But Bray Wyatt's first 2 WrestleManias, bro, he is against John Cena and then The Undertaker, man. This guy was destined for stardom, and what a shame we lost him. Rest in peace. And then your championship match is Brock Lesnar defending the championship against Roman Reigns, who won the Rumble, and the winner of the match is Seth Rollins, who turns and cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase and starts this next generation as champion. Even though I called it the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns reign, Seth Rollins walks out of WrestleMania 31 as the champ, and he wasn't even in the match, so that was exciting. The NWO versus DX was fun, even though it should have been The Undertaker. This is a top tier WrestleMania for me. It was a great, fun WrestleMania. It really was. It's very memorable. That memory of Seth holding up the championship and the cash in. It is it is a premier WrestleMania for me. So WrestleMania 31 is going in to the S tier. And now we're moving on to WrestleMania 32 at Dallas, Texas Stadium. This is Triple H is walking in as champ. If you don't remember, Roman Reigns was champ, and at the Royal Rumble, whoever won the Rumble would be champion, even though Roman was champion and in the Rumble. So whoever won the Rumble would come out as champion, and the great boss, one of the badasses, one of the bad, mean guys, Triple H wins the championship. And, of course, we get on track for that main event for that. So, all right, let's get into the card. You had 3 pre-show matches. Kalisto defeated Ryback for the United States Championship. Didn't even know that. Total Divas team. Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, Eva Marie, Natalya, and Paige defeats Team Bad and Blonde. Emma, Lana, Naomi, Summer Rae, and Tamina by submission. Who cares? I love the women wrestlers, but this is just, who cares? The Usos defeat the Dudley Boys by pinfall for a tag match. So then we're getting on to the main card. Ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Zack Ryder wins it all against Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, and Stardust. Chris Jericho defeats AJ Styles by pinfall in AJ's first WrestleMania. 6-man tag match, the League of Nations, Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus with King Barrett defeats The New Day. And then we go on to a no-holds-barred street fight, Brock Lesnar against Dean Ambrose. Then we got a triple threat match to crown the inaugural WWE Women's Championship match with Charlotte Flair. I don't know why I said it like that. That's how Becky Lynch says it. It was Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha, and they tore the house down. A 30-minute match here, guys. The Undertaker defeats Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell to keep his. So it was if McMahon won, Undertaker would no longer have competed at WrestleMania, and he would have gained control of Raw. But thankfully, Undertaker won. In a 20-man battle royal for Andre the Giant Memorial, Baron Corbin wins. Then, an impromptu match that you didn't see coming, The Rock defeats Eric Rowan with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt by pinfall in 6 seconds. This was weird. It was just The Rock kind of making an appearance and being like, "Sup, y'all?" And then he gets in a fight with Bray Wyatt and those guys, and he defeats Eric Rowan. But still, follow that Bray Wyatt trajectory. First WrestleMania, John Cena. Second WrestleMania, The Undertaker. Third WrestleMania, The Rock he's involved with. Like, this guy's on fire. Like, just a shame. And then the main event, Roman Reigns defeats Triple H to regain his title. This is a good Mania. But it's not an S tier Mania, if we're going to be honest. That, the story was good, but the crowd was so against Roman Reigns, and the crowd sucks. It's so stupid. I hate wrestling fans when they're like that. But it's still a good Mania. It's going to go in the A territory. But it's not an S, if we're just being honest. And you wrestling fans, you're just idiots. Just enjoy the show, for Christ's sakes. These people are trying to make money, doing their job. Just shut the fuck up and enjoy it, okay? Moving on to WrestleMania 33. This one is on April 2nd, 2017 in Orlando, Florida. The tagline of this is the ultimate thrill ride. And this was the cool one where they had the... what do you call it? The roller coaster and everything like that. So it was interesting. So you got 3 pre-show matches. Neville defeated Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship. And for the record, I kind of forgot Neville existed, which is sad. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's just kind of sad. Neville's great. Mojo Rawley wins the 33-man Battle Royal. And then Dean Ambrose defeats Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. So, as the card starts, AJ Styles defeats Shane McMahon. Kevin Owens defeated Chris Jericho for the United States Championship. And this was the best thing going at the time. This should have been one of the main events. Okay, fine. You don't want to do the main event? That's fine. But this should have been one of the main events. Bayley defeats Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. The Hardy Boys make a return out of nowhere to win the Tag Team Championships, and they defeat Gallows and Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Enzo Amore and Big Cass. John Cena and Nikki Bella defeat The Miz and Maryse. So weird. Seth Rollins defeats Triple H by pinfall in an unsanctioned match. The first of the championship matches, Randy Orton defeats Bray Wyatt, who is the champ for the WWE Championship. Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Undertaker, a little thing with The Rock, walks into WrestleMania as the champion with against Randy Orton. Like this guy was he's gonna look back, as one of the most underrated talents of all time. And I just don't mean that as a guy who's being like cool. I've always loved Bray Wyatt, and I just think he was very underrated at the time because everyone was so focused on everything else. The next championship match for the WWE Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar defeats Goldberg, who's the champ, by pinfall. And all I got to say to that is, yeah, we know about that boring match. For the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Naomi defeats Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Mickie James, and Natalya. And Carmella was with James Ellsworth. I forgot about Chins McMahon. And then the main event, Roman Reigns defeats The Undertaker by pinfall in a no-holds-barred match. This is where The Undertaker leaves his shit in the middle of the ring. It was basically his retirement, though. We'll see in a little bit. But it's kind of his in-ring WrestleMania retirement. Looking over this card as it is, it's a pretty good Mania, too. It really is. The Hardy Boys coming back was big. Seth Rollins getting the win over H was big. Randy Orton getting the win over Wyatt. Randy Orton won the Rumble. Even though we hate it, but Brock Lesnar defeating Goldberg, that was a big deal. It really was. Roman taking out The Undertaker, that was a big one. This is an S tier WrestleMania for this time. It really is. Like, this was a great one. I'm sorry. You got to give it the love it deserves. This was a great WrestleMania. And we're going to move on to WrestleMania 34. Back 4 years later in New Orleans, which is cool because New Orleans is a fun town. From what I hear, I haven't been there. And they always treat the wrestlers and the community well and everything like that. So it's a very cool place to go to a WrestleMania from what I've heard. So let's find the card here. There it is. All right. Bigger card here, 14 cards and 14 matches on the card, and then you had you had 3 pre-show matches. So the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was Broken Matt Hardy, but he wasn't broken. Deletion Matt Hardy, whatever he was, wins. For the Cruiserweight Championship, the finals of a tournament, Cedric Alexander defeats Mustafa Ali, which was probably a great match. I honestly just don't remember it. And Naomi wins the 20-woman WrestleMania Battle Royal. So getting into the main card, you have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship where Seth Rollins defeats champion The Miz and Finn Balor. The WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defeats the undefeated Asuka to win and break the streak. The fatal four-way match for the WWE United States Championship. Jinder Mahal defeats the champion Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev to win the title. I don't remember that for some reason, but that was a cool time for Jinder Mahal. He was heavyweight champ for a while. He had the Singh brothers. It was fun. Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey defeat Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, bringing Ronda Rousey into the fold. That was a really fun match. The Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, defeats the Usos and the New Day to win the championship. The Undertaker, I thought he just hung his shit up, defeats John Cena by pinfall. What? That was weird because it wasn't a match that was touted, and Cena was in the crowd drinking beer. Like, it was really fun, guys. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeats Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Nia Jax defeats Alexa Bliss. AJ Styles defends his WWE Championship against Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura. Braun Strowman and Nicholas defeats Sheamus and Cesaro for the championship. With Nicholas was John Cone. John Cone, the referee's son. So dumb. And then Brock Lesnar defeats Brock Lesnar defeats Roman Reigns again. We say again, but it was only the second time. But Jesus, this didn't start. Like, this is a fun WrestleMania, guys. It really was a fun WrestleMania. But to be honest, the AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, man, all you marks out there made like this match is going to be a generational defying match, and it's going to redefine wrestling. And oh my God, they're so good. And it fell flat. Lesnar versus Reigns is you get what you get. Strowman with the Nicholas and all that stuff. John Cena versus The Undertaker sounds great. 2-minute match. You can't really do much. Charlotte Flair and Asuka is probably the best match on the show, to be quite honest with you. So if we're going to be honest about this Mania, even though it's fun and I like it, it's a B-tier WrestleMania. It's a C-tier. It's a C-tier WrestleMania, just kind of stuck in the middle there. And I don't know, it's not bad. It's worth a rewatch. This is one of my favorite eras of wrestling. We're going to move on. April 7th, 2019, WrestleMania 35 in New York City. This is a fun WrestleMania. 16 matches. We have 4 on the pre-show. This is the last Mania that was one night, and thank God, honestly, like it's too much. It's too much. So, 4 pre-show matches. Tony Nese defeats Buddy Murphy. I loved Buddy Murphy. Tony Nese defeats Buddy Murphy. Carmella eliminates Sarah Logan to win the Women's Battle Royal. Hawkins and Ryder defeats The Revival to win the Tag Team Championships to win it. Yep, and Braun Strowman wins the 30-man Battle Royal by throwing out Colin Yost from Saturday Night Live. Who cares? Shut up. All right, moving on. The first match on the show, Seth Rollins defeats Brock Lesnar by pinfall in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Rollins wins the Rumble, comes out and beats Brock Lesnar in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And my memory from this match was, we're watching it, we'll have a big party going on, and for some reason it buffers for about 2 minutes. And we missed this whole match. And yeah, by the time the TV caught up, Seth is champ, and nobody saw it coming. Like, nobody saw it, so thanks. Thanks, WWE Network. AJ Styles defeats Randy Orton. The Usos win a fatal 4-way tag match against Aleister Black, Ricochet, Rusev and Shinsuke, and The Bar. Cesaro and Sheamus. Shane McMahon defeats The Miz. The Iconics win the women's tag champions by beating the Boss and Hug Connection. Sorry. What a dumb name. Nia Jax, Tamina, and Beth Phoenix and Natalya. Singles match for the WWE Championship, and we touched on this, guys, last episode. Kofi Kingston defeats Daniel Bryan to win the WWE Championship, 23-45. Kofi Mania is running wild. Just 5 years after everybody's jerking off over Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan can't wrestle, and WWE sucks because Daniel Bryan can't wrestle because they're being safe, and then they finally let him to come back, and everyone is just like, nah, bruh, we We like Kofi now.
Nah, bruh.
Nah, we don't like Daniel Bryan anymore.
Nah, bruh.
Nah, we're all about Kofi.
Nah, bruh.
We don't want that Daniel Bryan.
Nah, bruh.
No, we need to get Kofi on here. Like, it's so fucking stupid. You guys are idiots. You're so dumb. I hate wrestling marks. You guys are ruining the industry. And when organizations start to listen to you, because you guys know better as the fans of what to do, when they start to listen to you, they have the ratings like TNA and Ring of Honor. So. Good job, wrestling fans. Anyway, either way, Kofi wins. It was a good match. To be honest, they're both great wrestlers. So great match. I'm trying not to let my my views of the fans get in my way. So great match though. Samoa Joe defeats Rey Mysterio in the United States Championship. Another great match. A singles match. Roman Reigns defeats Drew McIntyre. Now you would think like this is the Roman era, right? As we've said, but it was just kind of like. Roman was sick and just kind of started coming back from his battle with leukemia again, and it was just he got in a feud with Drew McIntyre. You couldn't put him at the top of the card right away, I mean, and I'm looking back at this and wow, that's crazy. Both men's the WWE Universal Championship and the WWE Championship were the first 5 matches on this 14 match main card. It seems like so. Wild. That was pretty wild to see that. So the next one, this is one of the bigger matches of the show. Triple H defeats Batista in the no holds barred match, which I don't understand the term no holds barred, especially in Triple H versus Batista. Like they're not putting out fucking full Nelsons and shit, but it was a fun match. One of the more what do you call it? One of the more controversial matches, Baron Corbin defeats Kurt Angle to retire him. And everybody wants to talk like Baron Corbin should have been the guy. It should have been someone. Who else is it going to be? The only logical answer of who this should have been, honestly, would have been Roman Reigns to make Kurt Angle retire. But like he was just coming back from being sick. And they were also both good guys, for the record, guys. They were both good guys. So you can't have the good guys in there. So maybe you put Drew McIntyre in there. But Roman Reigns then versus Baron Corbin, like, who gives a shit? And, like, if you're going to push somebody to retire Kurt Angle's going to go out on his back. He's going to go out on his back like he should. And Baron Corbin, a young talent. Maybe it'll do something for him. But, of course... Then, of course, you got... Oh, what's that, wrestling fans? Internet wrestling community? No, I understand Kurt Angle was on TNA. I know, I get it. He was on TNA. But who, yes, they could have done somebody better. But the idea behind it made sense. And if they would have pushed Baron Corbin to the moon, y'all would have rejected him anyway. So it doesn't matter. You just would have rejected him anyway. So maybe if it in past booking, you probably put Roman Reigns in that spot. But it is what it is. The Demon, Finn Balor, defeats Bobby Lashley to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The Demon, one of the last times you've seen the Demon. Not the last, but one of the last. And in the main event, for the first time ever, Becky Lynch defeats Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair to become Becky 2 belts. Holding the championship at the end of WrestleMania 19, fireworks going off. It's like 1:30 in the morning. People can't get on the subways to get home. What a travesty. This Mania was way too long. 16 matches, too long. Thank goodness on the next Mania split is they start doing 2 nights. Well, granted, for a reason nobody likes, but, and I hope they never go back to 1 night. I love this Mania. This Mania is probably... Where are we going to put this Mania? It's an S-tier Mania. It's going to be 1 or 2. I think we're going to put it at 1. It was a really fun, memorable WrestleMania, and I love that one a lot. So we're going to move on to what you going to do, brother, when COVID Mania runs wild on you. 0 attendance because of COVID. Not only is it during COVID, it is like 1 month. No. It is like 2 weeks into COVID shutdowns. I'm in New York. They started shutting everything down on March 13th. These were recorded March 25th, like 2 weeks into the insane COVID time. So nobody in the audience. They had to change everything up. They had to be They had to figure it out and be, trend setting and do different things. And let's see how they did. The pre-show. How do you have a pre-show match on a pre-tape, whatever? Pre-show match, Cesaro defeats Drew Gulak. Okay. Then you have the women's tag team match. Alexa Bliss and Cross defeats the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi. Elias defeats King Corbin. Again, they're trying to push Corbin, but none of you would let him. And I love Elias, by the way. Becky Lynch defeats Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's Championship. Then you have Sami Zayn defeats Daniel Bryan to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn. No, I like Sami Zayn. I meant to say Daniel Bryan. No, we don't like him, but we love him again. Yeah, fuck you guys. John Morrison, the SmackDown champ, defeats Jimmy Uso and what is this? Oh, I remember. This is the triple threat ladder match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They couldn't have too many people in the ring. That's what it was because of COVID. So they put one member each. So John Morrison, I believe his tag team partner was The Miz. They retain the championship. Kevin Owens defeats Seth Rollins by pinfall in a no DQ match. Awesome, fantastic match. Braun Strowman defeats Goldberg to win the Universal Championship. Awesome, like a little squash match for Strowman, but it sucks. There's nobody in the crowd. And Undertaker defeats AJ Styles to, I guess, headline another WrestleMania in a Boneyard match, which was just like this. It was awesome. It was filmed outside. It was like a horror movie. It was a fun match. Let's go to night 2, the pre-show match. Liv Morgan defeats Natalya. Let's go to the main card. Charlotte Flair defeats Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. I don't remember. Wow, really? So Charlotte wins the Rumble that year? Yeah, Charlotte wins the Rumble that year and goes after the NXT champion. Is that true? I guess so. That just slipped my mind because I remember Charlotte won it. Goes after Rhea, but hey, that's starting to push Rhea though. Like she's going into NXT. Charlotte Flair, arguably one of the most popular top 3 women's wrestlers of all time, is going down to the developmental to take on your champion. So that actually helped Rhea Ripley with the rub. Oh, she didn't need to do that. Yeah, she didn't. Where's Rhea Ripley now? The top of almost any card. Doesn't matter if it's men's or women's. She's the top of almost any card. So, yeah, they know what they're doing sometimes, guys. Aleister Black defeats Bobby Lashley. Otis defeats Dolph Ziggler. Otis, stupid wrestling fans. Edge defeats Randy Orton in a last man standing match. The Street Profits defeat Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Bayley defends her women's championship successfully against Sasha, Lacey, Naomi, and Tamina. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defeats John Cena in the Firefly Funhouse match. Another one of those on-scene matches, which was actually awesome. Drew McIntyre defeats Brock Lesnar after winning the Royal Rumble to become the WWE Championship. And then for some reason after that, the Big Show comes out and challenges Drew McIntyre and is actually a longer match, like whatever. Okay, so looking back at this Mania, such a weird time, but man, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins was amazing. Randy Orton versus Edge was amazing. I loved the Boneyard match. The Firefly Funhouse match was great as well. This is a great Mania. I'm going to put it on the A tier, just above that Mania there. Which one was that? 32? They don't have oh yeah, this is the time they weren't using numbers because they're like, we don't want WrestleMania to feel old. Yeah, shut up. Jesus. We're going to move on to WrestleMania 37. WrestleMania. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing the hat because I was there. The tagline in this is back in business. I was excited to go to this during COVID. I mean, I watched a lot of wrestling. We were stuck in our house. We couldn't do much. This was the first live event that had people in it for wrestling, and I was so excited to be there, even though I was surrounded by a bunch of cardboard people. But it was really fun, and I was so happy to be there. And so here we go, guys. Here he is. I'm sitting in the crowd. Everyone's getting antsy. You know, such a weird time. We're just a year into COVID, and just such a weird time, and everyone's a little uncomfortable but excited to be there. And we're in Florida, and the weather's lot better than it is in Buffalo. I'll tell you what. And then we're sitting there, and they do this package, and they do another package, and the wrestlers come out before the show, and they wave to everybody, and they're blowing kisses and telling us they love us, and they're happy to see us, and then they go in, and they do America the Beautiful, and they do a package, then the fireworks show, and oh my God, it's amazing, and then you hear,
due to lightning in the area, all the fans need to report to inside the concourse until this storm passes.
are you fucking kidding me, really? After all that huge intro, everyone had to walk into the concourse because there's lightning in the area for like a half hour. Ridiculous. Like, it was, and I know, I get it, safety, but it was just, couldn't have been earlier. Like, that couldn't happen before all that stuff, and we could have just kept rolling. But either way, after that, Bobby Lashley, the champion. I'm a Bobby Lashley fan. I love Bobby Lashley. He's the WWE champion. He comes out with the title, the first defense he's ever had it in front of people, because he never had it. He's against Drew McIntyre, who wins the championship last year in front of nobody and loses the championship in front of nobody. So he never got to defend his championship in front of people. They start off with that match, and what happens? Bobby Lashley retains the title. Oh my God, I was so excited. I was one of the only ones in the crowd cheering for Bobby Lashley. I loved that. That was a great start. The Tag Team Turmoil match. The winner receives a WWE Tag Team Championship match on night 2, and that was won by Natalya and Tamina, who defeated the Riot Squad. Cesaro defeats Seth Rollins. AJ Styles with Omos defeats the New Day. Braun Strowman defeats Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeats The Miz and John Morrison. Bianca Belair defeats Sasha Banks to win her first ever WWE Championship. And boy, did that set her on a trajectory, because she's one of the top stars in the company now. Night 2 kicks off again with a banger. Randy Orton defeats The Fiend. The Fiend rarely loses, but Randy Orton got him. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeats Natalya and Tamina by submission. Like, that was a great women's tag team. Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn, who has Logan Paul in his corner, by pinfall. Sheamus defeats Riddle for the WWE United States Championship. Apollo Crews defeats Big E in a Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship. So dumb. Rhea Ripley gets her championship, the WWE Raw Women's Championship. And look at that. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair win both their championships in 2021. And in 2024, they're two of the biggest stars in the company, men or women. Women, by the way. And the main event, Roman Reigns defeats Edge and Daniel Bryan to retain the WWE Universal Championship. This was a great WrestleMania. Again, I might be a little biased because I was there, but listen to that crowd. I mean, we were into it. You know, dude, all those matches, Roman versus the 3-way match, Roman, Edge, and Bryan, amazing. Ripley versus Asuka, amazing. Kevin Owens versus Zayn, you're always going to get good. But Randy Orton versus The Fiend, amazing. Bianca Belair, Sasha, amazing. And then Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre, maybe not amazing like work rate stuff, but what a fun, awesome match between big athletic dudes. So this, guys, is going in the S tier, and I'm sorry, might be... I got to put it number 1 for this. I know it's probably biased because I was there, but it is awesome, man. I love this one. And let's move on to WrestleMania 38. Tagline as the most stupendous 2-night event in WrestleMania history. This was in Dallas, in the hometown, not the hometown, but the home state of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love it so much that it's 2 days now. I really love it so much that it's 2 days. Okay, so we're going to do it. Saturday night, the Usos defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Oh, man, I like Rick Boogs. I miss that guy. It says he's retired. I didn't know that. Eric Boogerhagen is a retired professional wrestler and graduated collegiate wrestler. Sorry. Interesting. I didn't know he retired. I know he fucked his leg up. Was it in this match? Might have been in this match. He fucked himself up. And then you had Drew McIntyre defeating Happy Corbin, The Miz and Logan Paul defeating Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Bianca Belair defeats Becky Lynch to win the championship. Again, go Bianca. Cody Rhodes comes out of nowhere and defeats Seth freaking Rollins. Charlotte Flair defeats Ronda Rousey to defend her WWE Women's Championship, and then out of nowhere, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats Kevin Owens by pinfall. Great on Kevin Owens to get a WrestleMania main event. Charlotte versus Ronda, amazing. Cody versus Seth was great. Bianca versus Becky was great. Those tag team matches, they're going to be good. Let's move on to night 2. RK Bro, Riddle and Randy Orton defeats the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. Bobby Lashley defeats Omos. I think it was Omos' first loss. Johnny Knoxville defeats Sami Zayn, and what a weird match that was. Sasha Banks and Naomi, defeats Carmella, Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Natalya, and Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Edge defeats AJ Styles. Sheamus and Ridge Holland defeats the New Day, and this is sadly where Big E breaks his neck. Pat McAfee defeats Austin Theory. Vince Mr. McMahon defeats Pat McAfee. And Roman Reigns defeats Brock Lesnar. Okay, who fucking cares at this? Honestly, who fucking cares at this point? But it was cool because Roman was the WWE champion, I believe, and then Brock was the Universal Championship, or vice versa. Brock took out a long reign by Bobby Lashley, blah, 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 and then they combined the titles. Like, whatever, that main event. But, so to put this card in, so you got your main event, which was a good match. It was a good banger of a match between these two, but we're all done with these two at this point. We can't let that in. The Pat McAfee with Vince stuff, whatever. Edge versus Styles was great. The night 2 was a little rough, but night 1 was a banger, man. Stone Cold Kevin Owens, Charlotte, Ronda, Cody, Seth, Bianca, Becky. Like, that was a great Mania. But if we're going to be honest about it and put it where it belongs, it is not on the tier of the other ones. We're putting this one at B. Still not bad. We don't have a bad WrestleMania in this bunch, guys. Like, we really don't. Like, this was good. Like, they know what they're doing, guys. They really know what they're doing. So let's move on to the final one. We're going to talk about WrestleMania 39. This one came, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood from SoFi Stadium. 67,000 people each night. And this is coming off Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble, and he returns out of nowhere last year. He wins the Rumble. He hurts himself, doesn't wrestle a lot. Then he wins the Rumble, surprisingly. And is he going to beat Roman Reigns? Let's see. To start off, WWE United States Championship match. Austin Theory defends and defeats John Cena. The Street Profits to win a match against Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy, Viking Raiders. Seth freaking Rollins defeats Logan Paul. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch beat Damage Control. Rey Mysterio defeats Dominic Mysterio. Rhea Ripley defeats Charlotte Flair to win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship again, and I believe she still has it. I believe it's been over a year. Pat McAfee defeats The Miz. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeats the Usos. And that was the night of N1, and that was good to win the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. And then you got night 2. Brock Lesnar defeats Omos. Yo, I'm not going to lie. This was 1 year ago, and I don't remember that match. I swear to God, I don't remember that match happened. Brock Lesnar defeating Omos. I swear to God, I'm sorry. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeats Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Gunther defeats Sheamus and Drew McIntyre to retain his Intercontinental Championship. Banger of a match. Bianca Belair defeats Asuka. Banger of a match. Snoop Dogg defeats The Miz. There was something in this match that happened. Somebody got hurt or something. I can't remember. And Snoop Dogg and The Miz, I think this was an impromptu match, and it came out good. Edge defeats The Demon in the Hell in the Cell match. And then Roman Reigns defeats Cody Rhodes. Night 1 wasn't that good, but had some good matches. Night 2 was awesome. Even though I forgot about Brock and Omos. The tag team match, whatever. But Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew was amazing. Bianca Belair and Asuka was amazing. Snoop Dogg and The Miz, again, something happened in that match from what I remember. Edge defeating The Demon, and then Roman Reigns defeating Cody Rhodes. This match was great. Cody and Roman put on a show, 35-minute match nearly. And, I know Cody didn't win, but you know what? It made it bigger for this year. It's bigger for this year, guys. All you Cody crybabies. It's bigger for this year. Cody comes out of nowhere at WrestleMania 38, defeats Seth, has another good match with Seth, then gets hurt, and then he misses half the year. He comes back and wins the Rumble, and Roman and the damn cheating bastard and his damn cousins interfere. Oh man! So then Seth, then Cody has to do it again. Start from the bottom, bam, 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 bam. Gets to the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble again. The Rock tries to step in. He's like, all right, go ahead, Rock. And he's like, nah, brah. Nah,
bruh.
Wait a minute. This is my time. I won the Rumble.
Nah, bruh.
This ain't about you. And you're telling me he should have won last year. How much more invested are you into this story now, this year, than you were last year? If you tell me you're less interested, you're fucking lying.
Nah, bruh.
That's what I got to say to you. So that's why it was so important. It's called long-term storytelling, and they knocked it out of the park. So if we're going to put this one in the ranking, I'm going to put this one, let's see, is it better than COVID Mania? It's better than COVID Mania. We're going to put it at the top of the A tier. So you got nothing worse than a C tier in this time. So your final rankings for WrestleMania is 31 through 39. Guys, I'm sorry, but they don't have the numbers on here. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So you have this WrestleMania, which I believe is this one, the one I went to, WrestleMania 37. Then WrestleMania 35, and these two could switch, honestly. 31 and 32. Yeah, that's 32. So 7, 5, 1, and 2. 37, 35, 31, 32. Then you had 39. Then you had 36. And then you had 33. Then you had 36 or 7. And then 33. I don't fucking remember what they see, because it sucks because they don't have the number. So here's the rankings. Your S tier is WrestleMania in Tampa, which is 37. WrestleMania New York, which is 35. WrestleMania in San Fran, which is 31. WrestleMania in Orlando, which is 33. Right? I think. And then your A tier, you have WrestleMania Hollywood, which is 39. COVID Mania, which is WrestleMania 6. And then the WrestleMania 32, which is the first Texas Mania. Then you have the next Texas Mania, which is 38. And then the B tier. And then the C tier down here would have been WrestleMania in New Orleans, which would have been, 34, I think? So, 34. Yeah, 34. So, sorry, the no numbers confuse me. So there is your rankings. Even though we had less manias to discuss, this was a longer episode because I had a lot to say because it's the most recent and there's more matches and all that stuff. So, out of all this, there's no clunkers. The closest thing you got to a clunker was the one in New Orleans, WrestleMania 34, I believe. So, great series of WrestleManias. It's going to end this next time with, I believe, Cody Rhodes finishing his stories. But what do you think? Will Cody Rhodes finish this story? And it's so much better that he's got this second chance. And I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania. We're about a week away, guys. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Until then, we'll see you next time. Peace.